equal leaders in the competition, and today on their home ground, the boys that don't cry, the Balmain Tigers.
And here they come, and there's Laurie Nichols charging into them and giving them that last little bit of inspiration as the Tigers come charging out onto the field. Gary Jack at fullback, the same back line who played against Cronulla last Saturday afternoon. Let's see how the combination of Neil and Gale can perform in the half this week. But there's where Balmain have been so successful this year. That mighty back row, coached by Billy Anderson. They're certainly going to give the Roosters plenty of hurry up this afternoon.
Now welcome the other contender in this battle for the lead of the 1987 Winfield Cup, the Eastern Suburbs Roosters.
Well, for the first time on television this year, let's look at this side who we've read so much about but haven't had the chance to see yet. I'll be certainly interested to see how Hall goes at 5'8", the former Canberra junior, and those two magnificent wingers, Callis and Morris, who have speed to burn. The Eastern Suburbs forwards, a lot will rest on that back row. Tobin, Gilmeister and McGahn, and their particular endurance battle with the Balmain back row. The referee this afternoon is Graham Annesley, and we're going to see Balmain kick off. They're defending the southern end of the ground, and Eastern Suburbs are going to defend this very pretty end, the northern end, which overlooks onto the back of the river and the canal. It really is a beautiful setting here at Leichhardt Oval as Conlon gets the game started and McGahn, the captain, gathers the ball in. It's gone from Portlock, and across there picking up the ball now is Gary Prom, the former New Zealand centre, and he's tackled down towards that quarter line. East with the ball at the moment, and they're going to immediately try and put it down inside Balmain's territory, and that ball right behind Davidson. And touch has been found a few metres inside Balmain's territory and 10 metres in from the Latcham-Robinson grandstand touchline. Balmain's ball, Gale. Oh, he thought about throwing that ball out wide towards Hanrahan. Just as well he didn't. Gary Prome was just about to pounce and look for the intercept. And good tackle. Gee. And he's lost the ball, Gary Jack, as he was thumped into the ground by that very solid tackle from the man they now call the Axe, Trevor Gilmeister, and that really was a big tackle. Have a look at this again.
My word, watch Gilmeister get in there, using the strength of his legs. Got the shoulder in first and decided to do a little bit of a job on his breastbone with his head.
So Eastern Suburbs with the ball, switching it back, and that's Gilmeister, the man we're talking about, after the little halfback spinner had switched it back to that blind side. Back towards the halfway. Eastern Suburbs with the ball. Oh, a hurried play, finds Melrose. He's going to slot that ball in behind Davidson. Is not going to get that far. It's about 18 metres out from Balmain's line. Now it's with Jack. He's going to try and beat Morris. He stood in Morris's tackle, and Hall came up very quickly to try and prevent that pass going away from Davidson. That's Davidson again. So I bet you he's got a few words to say to Michael Neal after getting that one.
My word, that was very negative, David. Play safety first in your own quarter. Run rounds there, not on.
Clark. And he's coughed the ball up, and so Eastern Suburbs get the ball again, and that's Spina. Now it's out wide from Patterson. From Hall, it's gone on out towards Melrose. Good ball and all tackle from Davidson in off the wing. Hanrahan lending assistance, but East on the attack. They're 22 metres away. Little Steve Morris from dummy half, and he's got within 11 metres of the line. Gale and Hanrahan up again that time. It's Melrose at dummy half. Hastings, on it goes to Patterson, and Patterson hammered. Gee, that was big, hot, solid hitting from Brooks. Hemsley over the top. It's still the Roosters on the attack. McGahn, the skipper, back on the inside is Portlock. Portlock only 11 metres away. Gilmeister, that's Spina. And Spina throws the dummy. Back on the inside, he throws the pass. That's Portlock who's gathered it in. He's only 7 metres away. Eastern Suburbs, last tackle. What are they going to do? Hastings swings it out to Melrose, the little grubber into the end goal. Jack will get back there and allow that to cross the dead ball line. A little bit too strong, the kick. Play will restart from the centre of the quarter line, but the touch judge is coming on.
Well, this was a disappointing finish to some very enterprising football by the Roosters. And Melrose, well, I've seen him do better than that.
Interesting, I'm just not sure what to do. And Hanrahan's also been called in as well.
Well, this is where it's hard for the touch judges and the referees, David, because everyone's hyped up early in the game, and it's hard to follow it. And why not, with so many people coming into the tackle?
And they're really forcing some errors so far, Eastern Suburbs. Balmain have made a few uncustomary mistakes early on. They've made 3 errors. They've dropped that ball twice, and even then they went very close to dropping it again. Elias in a dummy half. That's Neil. And there's Suranen down the centre. Round his legs was Hastings. And he's lost the ball. East have come up with it again. So that's another bad mistake from Balmain. They're giving Eastern Suburbs every chance early on.
Well, I don't know whether they're giving it, David. You've got to give a lot of credit to this Eastern Suburbs tackling. They're really getting involved.
Tasman down the centre. Good tackling from Hemsley. But they're only 14 or 15 metres away. The Roosters, that's going from dummy half. Hall still going. And he's got within about 6 metres of the line. Hastings moves into dummy half. It's been really all East in the opening 15 minutes as the ball comes across from Hastings to McGann. McGann, can he get there? He's close, he's there! Try! Easter in front, 4-0!
And boy, don't they deserve it, David. They've been keeping this ball alive, mixing it with some very heavy defence. But the forwards running onto the ball and who better than their skipper, McGann. Plenty of power. The ball came out wide, a little run round with Melrose. Hastings, beautiful ball, went through the gap. Now he throws a dummy here, and really, Neil took that dummy, and he had enough power. Now you'll see the ball come out here. That's the run round. Horry Hastings sets it through, he gets through the gap. Now it's just a little dummy, Neil goes, oops, and that's enough. He gets over, good try.
10 metres he's into Eastern Suburbs territory. They keep it going the same way through Clark. 30 metres out from the Eastern Suburbs line. Michael Neal, the run round from Elias back to Gale. We thought about throwing a quick pass. He almost got into the gap. That's Conlon. They've got a chance here. Balmain, the kick for the line. Morris and Hanrahan. Morris will get there first. He's gone without it. It stacks on the mill. Jack's got it. Now it's with Davidson. Davidson trying to get there. He's very close. I don't think he's got there yet. He's half a metre out. Into dummy half. Trying to force his way over his Hanrahan. Eastern Suburbs under siege. Elias. It's with Conlon. Now from Gale back on the inside came Pearce. He's gone without it. It's loose. Balmain have got it again, but it's going to be a knock-on and the scrum will go down 18 metres out from Eastern Suburbs line.
Well, I cannot believe how Conlon put his foot to the ball. He had hand run outside, and there's a relieved Artie Beaton, I can tell you. That was a chance that Balmain blew because Conlon put the foot to the ball when the ball should have spun out wide with a perfect pass.
He should have come back inside and made more room as well. Well, it should see Balmain's handling errors at this stage. They've dropped the ball 8 times, 8 handling errors so far. And that's one of the reasons why Eastern Suburbs are leading, and this will be a penalty against Eastern Suburbs for collapsing the scrum. They'd won that. They had no reason to collapse that scrum. So Balmain get another chance now.
Well, there you can see, well, it's a mess. I spent enough time in there myself to realise what was happening. Well, I ask you out there sat in your lounge rooms, did you get the ball in?
So Balmain with another chance, and Gale's almost slipped them completely. That was pretty close to being passed off the ground. There's Neil away to Conlon. Conlon won't get his pass away. They're 18 metres out now, Balmain. They swing it back this side. Hanrahan's going to be chopped down. He's still about 14 or 15 metres away from that Eastern Suburbs line as Elias goes one way, then the other. Down the centre comes Pearce, and Pearce almost made it all the way. Good last-ditch defence from Portlock. Balmain will come this side as they find Sirinen, and Sirinen's held up only 2 metres out from the Eastern Suburbs line. Can he hold out into a dummy half again as Elias? Back the open side, it's Gale. On it goes to Hanrahan. His pass finds Pearce, and Pearce is in. They have to score eventually. It's 4-all.
Oh boy, David, we're in for a great game. No two ways about that. Both sides are going to swing this ball about. Keep it allowed wide. Beautiful ball. Elias out to Gale. To the centre, Hanrahan, who did magnificently well. But that's the difference between a chance and a good chance. Having a man backing up the man with a ball. Ball out wide. Gale, hand round the centre. Now watch him scoop it round. Good thinking. But it's Johnny on the spot. A skipper's play there, getting himself into the position. That was try time.
Well, junior, as they call Wayne Pearce, in his 9th season of football here at Balmain. What a remarkable comeback after that terrible knee injury that he suffered last year, and of course that cost him the Kangaroo Tour. But he's been in scintillating form recently. Radar boot will add the extras simply, and he does, and it's 6 points to 4 in favour of Balmain over Eastern Suburbs. Balmain running it out from their own quarter line again. And Tasman over the top that time. Elias from dummy half, he's gone without it, so Tasman's got it for Eastern Suburbs. So another handling error by Balmain. So I bet you Billy Anderson points them out at half-time. Now that's McGann, and the big Kiwi still going. The man who scored their first try has got within about 14 metres of the Balmain line. Now they bring it back the open side, and that's Gilmeister. Gilmeister's got that pass away. It's gone from Spina to Hall. Here comes Melrose down the centre. He comes back on the inside, back to Hastings. On it goes towards Spina, and Spina's within about 2 metres of the line. They're going back the other side. Hastings, the pass has gone to Gilmeister. He tried to slip it away. It's gone loose, and Balmain have got it. Gary Jack's come up with possession a few metres out from his own line. And now it's going to be a penalty for being up inside the 5. Well, bad marking, in fact. Incorrect marker.
A little bit enthusiastic there, David, but what a game we got on his hands here. I'm sure that the New South Wales Rugby League will be very, very pleased with this one, as is the fans at home, and of course the fans here, Leichhardt Oval.
Hastings down injured at the moment, and that would be very bad news for Eastern Suburbs. He was again the man that started that movement. I think that's Hastings down, or is it? That is Horry Hastings. On it goes from Melrose. Melrose pass, goes back to Hall on the run round. Well read though by the Balmain defence. It's good football from Hanrahan. Melrose again. Now the pass has gone away to Gilmeister. Back it goes now to Prome. Prome straight down the centre. He's looking for support. He's got no one there at the moment. He slipped the pass back on the inside. Hastings to Spina. Spina's long pass out wide. Surely that's forward. The referee agrees. But what good football. It was on the last tackle. They had to force the pass in the end. They had no alternative. But perhaps the grubber kick for the corner could have been more effective, but still good football from them from a position where they looked as if they had no opportunity at all.
Certainly was. They kept the ball alive. They looked a little bit nonplussed here. Prome didn't realise that he had the open gap there. He certainly put on some speed, put the ball inside. Now Hastings appears here, flips the ball out wide. Now Spina, well, he'll spend a little bit of time next week training, no doubt, with his coach. That really was a bad effort in the end.
So I'd love to see what would have happened with the grubber kick with Chalice's speed, because there was nobody at home for Balmain. Now Scotty Gale has the ball for the Tigers, and he's got back to within 12 metres of the halfway. Blindside, they come through Brooks. Brooks pops that pass up for Clark. Gee, that was close to being forward too. And Clark's tackled a few metres inside Balmain's territory. Davidson, now Elias gets it, puts the kick in over towards the grandstand touchline. It'll find touch just outside the quarter line.
Well, I'm sure that Bill Anderson, the Balmain coach, will be quite happy with the way the Tigers have settled into the game now, because they really did have a big onslaught. Now we see Benny Elias coming away from the dummy half, giving himself plenty of time and right into the open space. And he's caught them a couple of times, Elias. The winger's not dropping back. And remember, David, that if there's one big complaint about Morris's game, he often forgets to drop back on the defensive.
But he is so quick off that he can get back there and fix it up. Now Eastern Suburbs with the ball, and a little half break made there by Paul. Chopped down though, and copybook lock full play by Wayne Pearce, and that's Tobin, Pearce's opposite number.
Well, Hall's shown that he's got a fair amount of ball skills out there, David. And I think they've got to start bringing these wingmen to come off him.
And here's Morris, and Morris is up over the halfway. He's got Gardner chasing. Chalice has come back on the inside, and Gardner's caught Morris from behind and bundled him across the touchline. Only 16 metres out from the Balmain line.
Well, this really was a case of the, shall we say, elderly wingmen of rugby league. And Morris can really get into it. And look at Gardner. He'd get great pleasure from that.
Warren Boland down on the sidelines. What do you think of these scrums so far?
Well, the scrums have been a bit loose, and there goes another one. But notice Mick Neal in at halfback with Scotty Gale out wide. And we'll just go back to you, David.
And here's the Balmain after they've won that one against the head. It's Davidson up over the halfway line. Morris has got him. Portlock over the top. They'll want to play this quickly. The East players are taking forever to get back on side. Half of them are offside. As Pearce is there for Balmain. He's chopped down 10 metres Eastern Suburbs side of the halfway line. Neal, blindside. Threw that away along the ground. Davidson's had to go back and just dive on that. Maybe the heat's getting to a few of these players. That was only the second tackle. Elias. Now there's that long pass out wide. Hastings will just about get to that before Conlon. If Hastings had been a fleet of foot centre, he would have picked that up for Eastern Suburbs. That was a poor pass. Hemsley. Now it goes back to Pearce down the centre. Comes Conlon. Conlon slips the pass away. And Gardner's tackled only 24 metres away from the Eastern Suburbs line. Pearce, oh, he's slowly to his feet. He's up now as it comes back this side now.
Great play. It was absolutely tremendous play by Balmain. And the Roosters have completely shot to pieces in the defensive effort. And I'm not surprised that this Roosters side looking very, very tired indeed. And that all came about by the fact that the Balmain side were quick to play the ball and catching them on the hop. Well, trying to get the ball out wide, a little bit of a technical fault here. David looks as though he's gone for a bit of a holiday, but Eastern Suburbs, as I said, they were very, very tired out there. They're keeping the ball, and they'll settle things down here because I think they'll try to look towards going into the half-time break, just leading by those 2 points, 6 points to 4. Now, here's Portlock, who needs plenty of time, and a great kick. Well, that's the sort of thing that they need, and he looks towards the bench to Portlock saying, there's no point in using the forwards. Good positional play, taking a lot of pressure off his side. And this time, Gartner being the one that's caught out of position. Well, there's the scrum down now, and still a few problems with David, but Neil placing the ball in. Scrum half Annesley, the referee Annesley there, not happy with that. And I'm not surprised. Well, Warren, we're having a lot of problems with these scrums. I know that you being an ex-winger, I can tell you it's not easy in there, but what do you think is what do you see out there? Is it too hot for them?
I don't know about that. Ex-wingers shouldn't really comment on scrums, I don't think. What I was going to mention was some of the hesitancy in the passing amongst the Balmain experienced players like Elias and Pearce are making mistakes, but then again, they're taking chances, and Balmain can still really rattle on with the attack when they get going.
Yeah, I've been very surprised with the way that they've tried to keep the ball alive. This is Balmain within their own quarter.
That's right, that's where they're taking chances.
Now here's McGann, the skipper, trying to get the ball out wide, Spina. And there's the centre, Prome. Not really coming under the ball with much vim. There's Spina, run from the inside. And Balmain are looking a little bit ragged now. They're on the rack. And a good run by the wingman. Oh, he's nearly there. Good play by Morris. Good run from the dummy half position, and he's kicked. And it was desperation. Good play by the wing. They had the ball, really had the line out wide, and I'm not surprised that Hugh McGann is looking at Morris in disbelief. He's only inches away. And really, they can thank Gavin Hanbrand for being Johnny on the spot.
So the play to...
Here's Portlock taking the ball through. There's quite the wind has dropped. It was quite strong before the game. Now here's a run from the New Zealander Gary Prome. Eastern Suburbs obviously working to try to pull in the defence and then get the ball out wide. Spina on to Melrose, and it's a beautiful pass out to Gilmeister, and Gilmeister's in. That was beautiful football by the Roosters. Good forward play, good constructive football. And it was only really a matter of time. And there he is, the man that they call the Axe. This is how they get the ball out wide. Beautiful pass to Spina. Now Melrose holds it up. And the Axe certainly swung it into action and swayed his way through. Chip off the old block for the try. Tremendous football, and they fully deserve it. They bounced back. They were looking ragged. Watch this beautiful ball from Melrose. And here he goes, bouncy, bouncy, and just hands off at the right minute, uses his weight. Great try. Well, here's Melrose, moving in for the conversion. And then... well, there it is, 2 more points, as we still have problems. Gremlins on the line. Now there's the kick, not the best in the world. Gary Jack taking the ball up wide. Now then taking his time there. And I'm not surprised Eastern Suburbs were all offside all the way across the line until it came to Steve Morris.
And I can tell you that the distance shouldn't be too much trouble for Ross Conlon. He's right in front of the field, and knowing the way this man can kick, this is just about, I wouldn't say it's a gift, it's certainly one that he would kick 8 times out of 10. He was in great form at practice Thursday night. There's the kick.
He's kept it low, though. He's got it underneath the crossbar. He would have scored at Hampton Park or at Wembley, but alas, he didn't score here at Leichhardt Oval, and so the Balmain fans remain just 4 points behind. Eastern Suburbs on top, 10 points to 6. And now Portlock's down injured. One got the feeling, Warren Boland, that perhaps he just tried to steer that across the crossbar and try and nullify the effect of the breeze.
Just didn't hit it right in the middle, unfortunately, but Ross can easily get that distance into the wind or not.
And there's the Portlock going down there. You see, there it is. He just hurt his knee. See the way that the tackle was affected, and at the moment that he put the pressure on that knee, he got hit from the other side, and that just caused that slight problem. So at half-time, as the siren goes in the background, we're going to see Eastern Suburbs go in leading against Balmain by 10 points to 6. It was 2 tries scored by Eastern Suburbs in the first half, and 2 good tries too.
A couple of injury worries in the Balmain dressing room. Of course, Scott Gale with that arm. Paul Soonan also has a problem. I think it could be the wrist. But the message from the dressing room really in East's was control the ball, eliminate the mistakes, and improve the scrummaging. We talked about that in the first half. For Balmain, similar message. Control the ball, eliminate the mistakes, and wrap up the ball carrier. Another thing to note, the wind has dropped away now.
That's certainly something to note. And of course, Balmain would have been running with the wind had it stayed up in the second half, but at the moment that wind has died, and in fact the flags on top of the uprights are quite limp, especially at the southern end of the ground. So Balmain with the ball, and there's Hanrahan. Hanrahan's busted them apart. He's got no support. He tries the chip, runs into Portlock. I'd say that's what the referee will rule, or is he? I think that's what he has to rule. Oh, gee, let's have a look at that one again. I'd like to have a look at that one again myself.
Well, I think it's a 50-50. A great break by this young centre. Now, if no one in support, he'd left with nothing to do. Now, I think he's right, the referee. Portlock just turned his back. Now, I suppose it's a 50-50 area, this one.
But he's entitled to turn his back. Now, let's turn it up. He's not allowed to stand there and say, I'll cop one in the mouth. I know one Balmain supporter who'll be cock-a-hoop at the moment, Mark de Montfort. He's really had a great week. Gee, he comes good around Easter time every year. As Conlon comes in, there's the kick at goal from the Balmain centre, and he's added the 2 points. And so Balmain are the first ones to register points in the second half. Balmain are now up to 8 points. Eastern Suburbs still in front, though, 10 points to 8. And what I was referring to about young Mark de Montfort, he's a great Balmain supporter. Mayo Card winning the Rawson Stakes this afternoon. He won the Black Opal last Sunday. And it's amazing that Balmain and Mark de Montfort always seem to go well this time of the year. So good luck to him. He's a top little bloke, and I know that all the Balmain fellows have probably copped the tip, and they've probably got a bonus, and it'll probably be a bigger bonus should they get up on the football as well.
Well, they've still got a lot of work to do, David. They trail by 2 points, 10 points to 8. The Roosters in front. But I think that, as Warren mentioned at the half-time break, both coaches made a lot out of this fact. Let's keep possession. And I think Balmain, what they've got to do is stop passing within their own 22-metre line, and as I speak, they just do that.
So Hanrahan plays the ball, and it comes out towards Gale, and Gale's going to kick for this, the touchline over on the grandstand side of the field, and Chalice has been completely mesmerised by that bouncing ball, and in the end the ball has crossed the touchline just 37 metres out from East line.
Well, just watch this. This is a tremendous kick. There's nothing that Chalice could have done with it, unless it was about 10'8". And really, the ball over his head. And that really is not the best thing for a wingman to receive early in the second half.
Almost a hypnotic spell cast over him by the ball that time. There wasn't anything he could do, but he had to make sure that he didn't touch it at any stage. Otherwise, Balmain would have got the feed into this scrum.
Well, there's a lot of problems with these scrums, David. They don't seem to be, well, they're twisting rather than spinning.
And now Neil's got it away. It goes to Gale, and Gale up to the quarter line. Portlock's got him. The pass goes to Conlon. Conlon's got Davidson in support, and good cover defence across there, chops him down. Only about 6 metres out. Jack, it's gone from Neil. Back it goes to Gale, and Gale gets his pass away to Pearce. He almost dropped that, but the Balmain Locks has got within 8 metres of the Eastern Suburbs line. Balmain on the attack. It goes back the other way to Brooks. They've got plenty to move out here. Going hard for the line, Jack, and he's stopped in his tracks. What a tackle that was from Patterson. Oh, you won't see many better hits than that. That saved a certain try.
Now Brooks tries to crash his way over.
What nearly broke Gary Jack's neck. That really, and there was nothing wrong with it.
Elias, the kick into the end goal area, getting back there and taking the ball as Chalice and forcing the ball to come back to the centre of the quarter line, and it'll be a tap kick from Eastern Suburbs.
Oh, just watch this tackle.
No.
Well, there's the kick, but previous to that, we'll come back to the tackle later.
And now we're going to see Eastern Suburbs making big inroads into the Balmain defence as they run the ball through Crome, and eventually it's Hastings who's got it up over the halfway line. This game's going from end to end. Gale. Neil is still forcing that past Balmain as Pearce is going to be held up on the halfway line.
Well, both sides have to respect.
Hastings is down hurt. He looks as if he's got an accidental bump in the head. I don't think he's unconscious. Wayne Pearce is over there. Pearce is rolling Hastings over to make sure that he's okay. As I talked before about Wayne Pearce, the man, that's typical of the sportsmanship that man shows all the time.
Well, let's hope he's okay. He's really went down then.
Pearce, the pass has been intercepted by Prome. That's Patterson. Now it's gone across towards the Eastern Suburbs backs. Hall. The pass has gone away to Melrose. Melrose up over the halfway. Melrose down to the quarter line. He can't get the pass away back on the inside to Morris. But Eastern Suburbs are on the attack now. Morris, back it goes to Hall and McGahn. McGahn will give it to Portlock. And Portlock's got within 11 metres of the Balmain line. Eastern Suburbs charging back at the Tigers. Again, they're going from dummy half as Morris. Morris has got his pass to Portlock. Portlock will send it away. It's out to Tasman, and Tasman's 11 metres away. Portlock back to Spina. Spina on his own. Spina will go close. Spina's in! Try! Great football from Eastern Suburbs. 14 points to 8 the score.
How long can they keep this up, David? Both sides, but full credit to the Roosters. Once again, they keep the ball alive. And you can hand it to that man there with the ball. He's the man where it all started. Tony Melrose made the position for this passage of play. Portlock, who's been involved in everything today, swings the ball out wide. There we see Tasman. Tasman uses his strength. Portlock again, switch to Spina. Spina throws a dummy, switches inside, leaves it to Hemsley. And that really wasn't good thinking by Brooks. Watch the ball inside. This is beautiful play. Portlock switches, goes out across. There's Tasman using the strength. Look how he holds them, attracts four to them. Portlock switches again. Now watch the dummy. Oops. Sorry, Mr. Brooks. A good handoff and a great try.
Now we're about to see Tony Melrose at the extras. There's the kick. It's 2 more points, and Tony Melrose has sent the Roosters away, and they now lead by 16 points to 8. So Balmain have to score twice, and Laurie Spina. There'll be a lot of supporters up in Innisfail, of course, watching the performance of Laurie Spina. He also had a stint with North Sydney for a while. As Patterson takes it up. Well, there's one of the major reasons why Balmain are behind on the scoreboard. They're just missing too many tackles and dropping too many balls. As Hall gets under an attempted high tackle, Spina out wide again, off the left foot. Back it goes to Hastings. Well, it goes to Prome. They should score. Prome's in! No, double movement, says the referee. Well, did his momentum carry him or not? We'll get a good chance to see it. The referee said no. Prome made the movement.
Well, I think he made the bad decision here. He should have gone for the wingman, or the wingman should have come inside. He's definitely grounded.
Good decision from Graham Annesley.
Certainly is. Caught a loose boot to boot.
Ball goes in. Oh, it's going to come back out each way or not? No, scrum screwed around and Gale gets it. Balmain with the ball, and they've got all the work to do in front of them. There's 20 minutes left in the match, and it's Eastern Suburbs leading 16-8 as Gary Jack comes in. He's taken down only about 35 metres out from his own line. The wide ball finds Conlon, and that's good defence again. Tobin over the top. Underneath was Patterson. Elias sends it the open side. Neil to Clark, and Clark down the centre.
Well, Balmain look as though they're going to do a substitution. Looks like Bruce Sinclair ready to come on.
Well, we might go down to Warren shortly and check that out. That kick going to go very close to the touchline, but Portlock has it. He's up over the quarter line. This is good run from Portlock. They all went up in a in a higgledy-piggledy bunch sort of thing, the Balmain group. They didn't go up in one line, and it allowed Portlock plenty of room to run that ball back a long way. East with the ball. That's Hastings. What a great game he's had. And here's another one who's had a big game. Melrose. Melrose making big inroads into the Balmain defence again. And he's only 30 metres out. It's McGann at dummy half. They'll have 6 to go as that ball touched a Balmain player. The referee says so. And so Eastern Suburbs are only 25 metres out from the Balmain line again. Tessman does the little pirouette. Thought about throwing the ball to Spina, who'd come a little bit too far onto his right-hand side. He takes the tackle just outside the Balmain quarter line. That's Hastings. Back on the inside comes Gilmeister. He's out of one. Can he get the pass to Tobin? Yes. And Tobin's held up, only 18 metres away. McGann, blindside, finds Hastings. The ball goes to Portlock. Back to Hastings, back to Melrose. On a wide pass, finds Spina, who throws that dummy again. Can't get the pass away to McGann, who was in a gaping big hole. Gee, if he'd put the big fellow in that gap, it would have been curtains for Balmain. Blindside, Portlock, the shot at field goal. That one's there. One more point to the Roosters. Eastern Suburbs in front by 17 points to 8. The field goal kicked by fullback Wayne Portlock.
Also simple, David. Good tactics, and really they are getting control of this game.
Let's go down to the sideline. Warren.
Number 23, Bruce Sinclair, is on for Balmain, replacing Paul Clark.
And I just saw another one of the major reasons why Eastern Suburbs are in front. Balmain have missed 35 tackles as against East 10. And here come the Tigers coming back though, and this is one man that can change the game so quickly. Scott Gale from dummy half. Neil out wide to Pearce. Pearce, strength, determination. Look at the lock forward go. He's only 9 metres away from the Eastern Suburbs line. Is this going to be the Tigers' revival? It's with Neil. The ball finishes up with Brooks, and he's 10 metres out from the Eastern Suburbs line. Dummy half this time is Elias on his own. Coming down the centre is Sirinen. Sirinen can't get through. Good tackling round the bootlaces from Hastings. Into dummy half, Elias sends it back this side. It goes to Neil, to Conlon. Quick ball to Jack. Jack throws the dummy. Jack goes on his own, but Melrose wraps him up, ball and all. Just out from the Eastern Suburbs line. Now away it comes this time towards Conlon. The loose pass finds Pearce. He kicks it straight across the face of the East goal line. Morris, can he get away from Davidson if he had? It could have been a try. There was nobody at home for Balmain, and he had support to burn. Eastern Suburbs running it out of trouble. Hall! Look at that. Got through 3 and 4 feeble attempts at defence there.
Good play by the 5'8". He's had a big game, a game he'll remember for a long time.
Tessman runs the play, 35 metres out from the Eastern Suburbs line. Hastings at dummy half. Now it's Gilmeister, hit by Brooks. He can't get his pass away.
And there you see how eager the Eastern Suburbs three-quarter line is. We saw Portlock coming in as a support player, and that's been the key, David. As a Balmain player down, is out cold.
And now Melrose decides to just bang that ball deep into the in-goal area, run it across the dead ball line, and the play will restart with the quarter line drop out. Now there's a player in the back play.
Looks like Brooks. He was out cold, David.
David Brooks, who's down. Certainly he's been knocked out. So Eastern Suburbs now with a chance after that penalty, and they've got the ball and they're down on the Balmain quarter line, so they're going to stretch this lead. The penalties at the moment going Balmain's way, 10-6, and there's a good tackle. Brooks has certainly been revived quickly enough. Did you see that tackle? He sent Patterson back a couple of metres. Is going from dummy half as McGann. McGann, he spun out of one, and the big Kiwi is going to go very close to scoring. He's got within about 4 metres of the line. Patterson keeps it going. It's with Spina. Spina throws the dummy on his own. It goes to Melrose, but the referee's going to call it back for a forward pass.
Well, it was certainly worth the try, and this Spina has been here, there and everywhere. He often gets criticised for keeping the ball far too long. They won't say that today. He scored a vital try. He tried to get the ball away, obviously forward. Good positioning by the referee.
Johnny Owen coming to the sideline as well. Marchetto. He's got that pass away to Sirinen. Sirinen's got the arms free. And Balmain again has continued to use the ball on the halfway line as Hanrahan plays it. Elias from dummy half. The pass goes to Marchetto. Now it's gone to Neil, and Neil can't get his pass away. Good defence. McGann that time plays it forward, the little halfback. That's Marchetto, and he can't keep the movement going. Hastings, well, he looks as if he's exhausted too, as Morris gets that ball, but Hastings, he's had a great game, and Morris has managed to get clear. He's up over the halfway. He's down towards the quarter line. Jack giving chase, and Jack's got him. What a tackle. What a run from the little winger. Eastern Suburbs continue it going. That's Hall. It's away to Portlock. Portlock away to Spina, and Spina's chopped down. Only 11 metres away from the Balmain line. It's Hardy into dummy half. They'll continue the same way. No, they go the blind. It's Portlock, and Portlock's tackled only 6 metres out from the Balmain line. Eastern Suburbs right on the boil again, and they go from dummy half through Hardy. He's got the pass back to Melrose. Melrose will score. Melrose is in. That's the ball game. The Roosters are undefeated at the top of the Winfield Cup. It's 21 points to 8.
And they've certainly dispelled all those doubters, believe you me. There's big Artie. Will he smile? Come on, Artie, give us one. No, he's too involved in the game, and let's not take anything away from him, because he's certainly had a lot. It was great football, good backup, and this is what it's all about, having players there. The defence is shot to ribbons. Melrose realises it. And this has been the story of the day, running from dummy half and still getting the ball away. Here we see the gap appearing, and it was a case of you take it, you fill in, and an easy try.
Eastern Suburbs leading Balmain 21 points to 8 after Balmain took the reserve grade 30 points to 9, and after Eastern Suburbs won the under-23s 22 points to 19, scoring 16 points in the last 6 minutes. And what are they going to do here as they run the ball back through Melrose? He didn't get put to the deck, and that's Gilmeister who's got the ball down to the Balmain quarter line. They're still keeping the movement going, the Roosters. The ball's gone loose and French can't handle it, and so another scrum will go down. Only about 20 metres out from the Balmain line.
Wonder how many times, David, that you could have counted in this particular game that the Roosters have kept the ball alive when at least 2 Balmain players have been hanging on to him. And that's been the story of the day, as well as the errors, the fact that the Roosters have kept the ball alive. There it is.
So there's the score. Eastern Suburbs defeating Balmain by 21 points to 8. And Eastern Suburbs well and truly just too strong for the Tigers this afternoon, and so they remain the only undefeated side in the Winfield Cup competition. Balmain suffering their first loss of the 1987 competition. The details of this afternoon's performance for Balmain: they're 8 points. Pearce 1 try and Conlon 2 goals, but for the victors, Eastern Suburbs, the spoils: McGahn, Gilmeister, Spina and Melrose tries. Melrose 2 goals and 2 attempted goals which hit the uprights, and Portlock